Floyd Mayweather is trying to scam Netflix.
This is not actually a fight, it's an exhibition.
Okay.
So we're gonna do it again, and hopefully we're gonna entertain the people.
You don't have the power to play games with Netflix. Floyd Mayweather agreed to the rematch September 19th. It's even on BoxRec. This is how you know it's legit.
He signed a real fight, and I signed a real fight, and he got his advance, so there's no reason to make excuses of that. So that's true.
Netflix just took legal action against Floyd Mayweather. Or did they? That is the big story blowing up on social media right now, and it has fans very confused. Somehow, in just a few days, what was supposed to be one of the biggest boxing rematches ever has turned into a major mess involving Deal's Money and one of the largest streaming services in the world. All of a sudden, no matter where you look, people are all saying the same thing: Mayweather is in trouble. Not just with Manny Pacquiao, but with Netflix.
His advance money from Netflix, and now he's trying to run off with the bag. And now he's talking about, oh, we don't know what it is. It's going to be an exhibition bout. We don't know if it's going to be at the Sphere. What you mean we don't know? No, you don't know. You signed 3 different contracts, according to Netflix and according to Manny Pacquiao.
Big YouTube channels like Wade Plemons and Blue Blood Sports TV are adding more heat to the fire, saying this goes much deeper than a simple argument. They are talking about upfront money already being taken, deals being questioned, and a fight that might be falling apart behind closed doors. The most shocking part is some are even saying this whole thing could turn into something way bigger than boxing. But here is where it gets tricky, because when you actually look into the facts, the story becomes less clear and much more complicated. Depending on who you believe, this is either a huge misunderstanding or a situation about to get completely out of hand.
They're going to destroy you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't...
You play those games with Netflix, like you just said, ladies and gentlemen, Netflix is going to destroy you. And if you ain't got the bag to repay Netflix the money that you ran off with, you going...
The moment this story really took off was when reports started spreading that Floyd Mayweather had already taken a cash advance for the Pacquiao rematch. Not after the fight, not after promotion, but before everything was even fully settled. In boxing, upfront payments are not unusual. Big fights often include guarantee signing bonuses or partial payouts to secure the fighters. That part alone would not raise any concerns. But this situation is different. According to claims discussed by Wade Plemons, who referenced reports tied to major boxing insiders, Mayweather may have gotten a large advance for a fight that is now being described publicly in a completely different way than originally agreed. And that is where confusion turns into suspicion. Because if a fighter takes money under the terms of a professional bout, but then starts calling it an exhibition, it changes everything. The stakes, the rules, and even the legitimacy of the event all shift.
Taken a cash advance payment of his purse for the upcoming Manny Pacquiao rematch on Netflix, despite it currently being in jeopardy. I don't even know how that's possible. Who gave him a cash advance before they even...
Plemons goes even further, suggesting that Mayweather might be trying to protect his undefeated record while still landing a huge payday. To be clear, these are allegations and opinions, not proven facts. But they raise a question that is hard to ignore. Why would someone take an advance for one type of fight and then publicly call it something completely different? Is this just messy fight promotion happening in real time, or is this the start of a much bigger problem behind the scenes? Because once contracts come into play, things get serious very fast. And this is where the story takes a sharp turn. According to statements directly from Manny Pacquiao's side, this is not a loose deal or early talks. They say there are 3 separate signed contracts for this rematch.
Never meant to be an exhibition.
Yeah, Max, so Mayweather threw some cold water on any excitement for the fight with Manny Pacquiao in September, when last week he did an interview and said that it's not going to be a real fight, it's going to be an exhibition and not necessarily going to be at the Sphere. And Max, that really puzzled me, because this wasn't just reporting. Netflix, a multi-billion-dollar company, officially announced that.
And all of them, according to Pacquiao's team, point to the same thing. This was meant to be an official professional fight. That detail matters more than anything, because respected boxing reporter Mike Coppinger has also said that Pacquiao's camp is sticking firmly to that position that the deal was never supposed to be an exhibition.
The fight is going to be at. We don't know the location of the fight. The Sphere is one of the places that they talked about. So we don't know if it's 100% going to be there. And this is not actually a fight, it's an exhibition.
And just like that, nothing added up anymore. If contracts were signed under one set of rules and one side is now publicly saying something different, that creates a serious conflict. Pacquiao himself has pushed back, making it clear he does not want exhibitions. He wants a real fight, one that counts, one that matters, and one that could finally change the story of their first match back in 2015.
That's what he's feeling, but he signed a real fight.
So it's for sure.
Yes, the contract that we signed is a real fight.
Real fight. Okay. Yeah, because I know he said.
I want to fight. I want to.
So now you have two sides telling two completely different stories about the same deal. One says this is an official fight. The other says it is just for entertainment. And right in the middle of that mess is Netflix. Because if a global streaming giant is backing one version of the event and the fighters are publicly saying something else, then this stops being just boxing drama and turns into something much bigger. Netflix is not just any platform. They are a worldwide powerhouse. Their recent move into live sports has been bold, smart, and very high risk. They are not just testing things anymore. They are investing heavily. And that is exactly why this fight matters.
They ain't backing off. I don't care how much money it is. It might be a teardrop in the bucket for them. As much money as they make. But you think they're going to advertise and...
The Mayweather vs. Pacquiao rematch is reportedly set for September 19th, 2026 at the Las Vegas Sphere, one of the most advanced and expensive venues in the world. The plan is to stream it worldwide through Netflix, potentially making it one of the biggest live sports events on the platform so far. This is a rematch of a fight that already broke pay-per-view records back in 2015. The expectations are not just high, they are huge. But here is where things start to fall apart. While Netflix and Pacquiao's team are reportedly treating this as a professional bout, Mayweather's public statements tell a completely different story. He is calling it an exhibition, saying the venue is not locked in, and downplaying how the event is structured. That kind of contradiction is not just confusing, it is risky. If a platform like Netflix is promoting one version of a fight while one of the main fighters is publicly describing something else, it creates doubt around the whole deal. To be clear, there has been no official confirmation of a lawsuit from Netflix. But in high-level deals like this, consistency matters, messaging matters, contracts matter. When those things stop matching up, people start asking questions. If agreements were signed under specific terms and those terms are now being challenged publicly, it opens the door to serious problems behind the scenes. And that is exactly why fans are starting to feel like they have seen this before, because for many longtime boxing followers, the situation does not feel brand new.
Even the Deji fight, you can ask Deji, I was there. Floyd demanded that they pay him some insane amount of money or he wasn't going to fight Deji while he was at the venue. And they wanted to change gloves and do all this stuff.
He is known for making deals on his own terms, getting as much money as possible and protecting his brand at all costs. But over the years, that style has also brought criticism. Especially during his exhibition run, voices like Wade Clemens have pointed to several times where Mayweather's fights had last-minute changes, money renegotiations, or unexpected problems. One example that keeps coming up is the exhibition with Deji, where there were claims of sudden money demands close to the event. Then there is the Logan Paul fight, which was hugely successful on paper but was followed by public talk about late payments and behind-the-scenes disputes. None of these situations led to confirmed legal findings of wrongdoing.
Of all people, Floyd, we know, is a serial scammer at this point. With the cryptocurrencies, with the Logan Paul fight. Again, I was there in Dubai for the Deji fight and what was asked behind.
But the pattern critics focus on is not about court rulings. It is about perception. They argue that Mayweather often locks in deals early, adjusts terms late, and keeps control firmly with himself. Again, these are criticisms and opinions, not proven violations. But when a new controversy appears, people naturally start linking it to the past. And right now, that is exactly what is happening. Once fans start connecting old stories to new headlines, the story takes on a life of its own. And this is where everything blows up online. The word scam starts being used fast, loud, and everywhere. Across YouTube, Twitter, and boxing forums, creators and fans begin building their own theories about what is really going on.
I never really took any abuse, in the sport of boxing. Still extremely healthy, I work out every day. And, I got an exhibition with Mike Tyson also, another exhibition in Greece. So if I'm just sitting at home and I'm just working out every day, spending time with my grandson and spending time with my children, I said, why not go out?
Some people are sure this comes down to one thing: protecting that perfect 50-0 record. The thinking goes like this: if the fight is officially professional, there is real risk at this point in his career. Against a motivated Pacquiao, anything could happen. But if it is called an exhibition, then no record on the line, no damage to his legacy, same spotlight, but far less at stake. Others go even further, guessing that the situation might be tied to money problems. Because when you look at Mayweather's current schedule, it is packed. A reported exhibition with Mike Tyson in April 2026, another fight against Mike Zambides in June, and now this huge September rematch with Pacquiao. That is a lot of moving parts, a lot of negotiations, and a lot of money spread across several events. Some are starting to wonder, is it too much? Is Mayweather taking on too many deals at once? Or is this simply the business plan of someone who has mastered the art of squeezing every last drop from every chance he gets?
The design,
So it's still happening then.
he has to remember that.
But it's still on? It's still happening?
Oh yeah, we did sign the contract already, so.
But here is the key point that often gets lost in all the noise. There is no verified proof of fraud, no confirmed lawsuit, no official legal ruling backing these viral claims. What we are seeing is a mix of real contract tensions, public contradictions, and heavy online speculation. But even without confirmation, the story is spreading. And once a story like this gains momentum, it does not slow down, because now it is no longer just about what is true, it is about what people believe is happening. And that is when situations like this can spin even further out of control. At this point, the situation is not just unclear, it is chaotic. Because just as fans are trying to figure out what is real, new rumors start making things worse. One of the biggest sparks came from a post by Fight Hype suggesting the rematch might not even happen. No full confirmation, no detailed explanation, just enough to send the boxing world into a frenzy. And from there, everything starts falling apart, because now you have completely mixed signals coming from every direction.
Vegas at the Sphere, Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao. You can see it right there. It's right there on BoxRec, right? BoxRec don't put up posts unless it went through and ciphered through the Boxing Commission and went through all the necessary steps. They know.
All right, everyone. Stay tuned for the latest in boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Be sure to watch our other videos too. Until next time, take care and stay safe.